Hey guys, good evening. Hello, what's up at your end? Hi Nishchal and Bhumi, Mohit, Darshan, everybody. Welcome to the session, guys. We are going to do VALR 5. In case you have missed the earlier episodes of VALR series, you're requested to go back and check these. However, there's one thing. We have been doing only PYQs in this series because if we take other material of XAT from here and there, it leads to ambiguity. Okay? So to be on the safe side, to kind of just give you something that is absolutely certain, I stick to PYQs in this 1 month. Srijan and Abhishek and Sanskriti, yes, all of you. Paris, yes, Rahil. चलिए स्टार्ट करें. गीतिका तिवारी, थैंक यू. आपके पढ़ाने का तरीका आई हैव इम्प्रूव्ड. 97, 95 and 97 percentile in the last 3 mocks of iQuanta. Wow. Good. The credit goes to your hard work, Geetika. Hi Ranjan, good evening. Prathamesh, good evening. Geetika, I can't thank you enough for appreciating everything and for making my day. Hi Arithro. Mental stamina, haha. Okay. Loved the way DM was set in mock 4. Nishchal. Okay. Good, I'm happy. You're going to get your mock 5 tomorrow. So I hope you like that as well. Finding it difficult to solve the XAT RC. Prasoon, XAT RCs are very different from CAT RCs. I mean, way up. So it's very natural for you to get flustered. But maybe, you can just do PYQs, pick RCs and try to understand the concept, the essence of those RCs. Hi Preeti, good to see you. Mock 3 या mock 4 Paris? Mock 4 हमने दे दिया है ना DM का already. I don't even remember the numbers यार. It's so confusing for me. Have you taken mock 4 Paris? Okay, Gargi, good to see you there. Thank you for joining us live. Okay. Paris, you will find mock 4 ke questions even better. They are mirrored exactly on the XAT pattern. So the logic gets reinforced in your mind. That's the objective. You are improving in DM. Okay, Suraj. Good. Chalo, everybody. Let's roll now. ये मैंने टैब का प्लग नहीं लगाया है केबल और अभी पूछने वाली थी कि मेरा टैब चल क्यों नहीं रहा है. Okay. चले? Everyone. So today is VALR 5 and we are doing some PYQs from 2023. See, I'll tell you one thing. All the PYQs have been put on the dashboard in the recorded form. Okay? जिसमें से मैंने 2020, 2021, 24 and 25 किए थे. बाकी और सालों का भी डाला गया है. But what I'm trying to say is, despite the fact that these are there on the dashboard, many students requested me to take these questions up in the live sessions. Because I think it makes a lot of difference if you're sitting with the educator and you kind of hear the live explanations, and then in case there is a doubt, you can actually ask those doubts. This is what like happened, and I mean I got many requests. So I decided to stick to PYQs in these live sessions because this is the pattern that you're going to get. Nothing this way, nothing that way. All right? Okay. Let's start now, Shoaib. So today we have got how many questions? I have lined up 20. Let's see how many we can cover in this session. ठीक है? चलिए, Archie and everybody. All focus. Question number 1. This is grammar. Pick the easiest one. Srijan says 2. Others? Two. Shoaib, Suranyao. Acha, let me ask you something. Everybody. Do you see some similarity here? Like I think in our VALR 4, we came across another grammar question in which they were like, too similar, too similar, too similar. You remember? The sweets are distributed between and among. Jaya, wo wala jo question tha, hai na? So this is what XAT loves doing. आकाश वो दिख रहा है आपको? ठीक है? So, similar questions, similar sentences. Enter into. Which one has enter into in the correct form? So ye, I have given this in grammar 150. This is there in grammar 150 and this is also there. So the easiest one I think is 6. Right? Project Pay, you started working some days back. You're working even now. The project is not yet over. So, I have been working on this project. You cannot say I'm waiting for you since 5 o'clock. No. Darling, you have been waiting for me since 5 o'clock. This is good. For 3 weeks, है ना? Since 5 o'clock. Since 5th Jan. Since 12 p.m. Since 2024. When you mention the specific time or date, or since Thursday, since Wednesday, then you put since. This is good. Correct, Paris? So 6 has to be there in my answer. Right? 6. Ye ya ye. Having all the correct sentences पूछा है इसने. You all went with 2. 1, 3 and 4. I know what is happening. Slightly confusing this is. Correct. 5 is another easy one. 6 is easy, 5 is easy. I have given this in 150 grammar. Amitabh Bachchan is married to Jaya Bachchan. 5 cannot be there in my answer. Correct? This cannot be there. This cannot be there. This cannot be there. Right? Amitabh Bachchan is married to Jaya Bachchan. Or Amitabh's marriage, M-A-R-R-I-A-G-E, Amitabh's marriage with Jaya has not been so successful and smooth. You got it? They are married. When did they marry? They married 5 years back. Their marriage is going strong. So he is married to Sandra. His marriage with Sandra is good, right? So this is wrong. 5 तो निकल गया. You get my point. So if you go with option 2, like you initially did, 1, 3 and 4, it is slightly confusing. इसलिए मैं बोलती हूँ start with the easiest ones. I mean ये दोनों concepts किसको नहीं पता होंगे, right? So go with that and you get E as your correct answer. Right? Now let me explain these sentences to you. What exactly happened over here? I have been working on this project for 3 weeks. Good. Correct. Amitabh Bachchan is married to Jaya Bachchan. Right? So 5 and 6 तो, 6 होना चाहिए. This is good. 3 and 4. This and this. The government has entered into a discussion. Enter into is correct when you talk about a treaty or discussion or agreement. Get it? But when you enter a college building, you don't put into. She entered the room or she came into the room. You get it? He came into the building, or he came inside the building, or he entered the building. Whereas when you talk about a pact, discussion, negotiation, agreement, treaty, they have entered into something important, entered into an agreement. Clear? So 3 is good with the local bodies for keeping the streets clean. The moment we see entering into, entered into, we understand that this is the gray zone. You don't need to check the rest of the sentence. So 3 is correct. 3 is good. 4. I will start my world tour from Sri Lanka. At Sri Lanka. दोनों correct होगा. है ना? Start. You are starting something. So from is much better. This is good. What is wrong with 2? While entering the building, he saw the statue of Mahatma Gandhi. I told you just now. I explained it. ठीक है? What is wrong with 1? आप सबने तो 1 ले लिया था यहाँ. The exam will begin from 2 p.m. on Jan 8th. बता सकता है कोई मुझे? From 2 p.m. क्यों गलत है? या on Jan 8th? बोलो. Yes, the exam starts at 2 p.m. or the exam will begin at 2 p.m. When you are talking about tour, world tour, it's going to go on for a long time. So it starts from Sri Lanka, that's a place, right? It starts from Sri Lanka and ends at Colorado. Maybe. But here there's a time this thing and it's a test. So the exam will begin or it will start at 2 p.m. on Jan 8th. That's good. ठीक है? So ये answer है. चलो, silly mistake. Please don't repeat it. Next. So we are talking about conclude. What could the author be trying to prove? Go on, guys. Read. I love this question. This is replete with examples. What is he trying to prove? बताइए. Paris, 4. Shoaib. Aditi. Where is Yashasvi today? Nitan. Devdata. You guys are going with 4, okay? You knew the answer beforehand or you solved it now, Nishchal? Nayan is saying 5. Tanushri, 5, okay? Suranyo, 5. Elimination, good, Arithro, if you can. So the house is divided between 4 and 5. Yes, it is 4. But how? Okay, let's check this together. Even if you got it right, you can hear me out. More people signed up for Harvard's online courses in a year, for example, than have attended the university in its this. Online courses. Okay, so people are going online. They are preferring online. Okay, preferring. You agree with me? Than have attended this. In the same spirit, there are more unique visits each month to the web this, a collection of this, than to all the doctors this. Okay, preferring online. In the legal world, 3 times as many disagreements each year amongst this are resolved using online this than there are lawsuits filed in the entire this. Preferring online. Many things are happening online. On its 6th birthday, the Huffington Post had more unique monthly visitors than the website of the New York Times. Which is almost 165 years of age. Now tell me one thing here. The moment I reach this point, Arithro and Shoaib and Paris and Archie, I forget this. On its 60th birthday, the Huffington Post had more unique monthly visitors than the website of this. So even New York Times is there on a website. तो अगर पुराना को छोड़ के ऑनलाइन पे आ रहे हैं, तो here the comparison changes. Right? Huffington Post had more unique monthly visitors. The website of Huffington Post had more visitors than the website of New York Times, which is almost 164 years of age. So maybe the Huffington Post is something new. So old firm New York Times को छोड़ करके people are coming to Huffington Post. So old versus new and preferring online to था ही. The British tax authorities use a fraud detection system that holds more data than the British Library, which has copies of every book ever published, blah, blah, blah. Right? So, again, online, more data, repository. Okay? In 2014, the US tax authorities received electronic tax returns from almost itna people who had used online tax prep software rather than a tax professional to help them. So they didn't take the help of a person, they just did it online. ये भी देखा मैंने, ठीक है? Not people's help. They did it online. The architectural firm Gramazio and Kohler used a group of autonomous robots to assemble a structure out of 1,500 bricks. The consulting firm Accenture has 750 hospital nurses on its staff, while Deloitte, founded as an audit practice, itna, again, something like, 165 years old, yahan 165 kahan gaya, 164. Now here they are talking about 170. You see? Now has over 200,000 professionals. Do you see this point? Even though it was founded 170 years ago, Deloitte, founded as an audit practice, only as an audit practice firm 170 years ago, now has 200,000 professionals. Professionals to liye usne. So professionals are getting replaced, out. Old firms are dying. No, this is 170 years old. It has just changed its face. Or got a facelift, as you can say. Over 200,000 professionals and its own full-scale corporate university set in this. So the firm is old. Something new it has come up with. So old firms are dying out, professionals getting replaced out. How automation is taking away jobs traditionally done by humans out because 200,000 professionals have been hired. We are left with 1 and 4. What old firms can do to survive or how new organizational forms are emerging. It's only in the case of 1 or 2 that he is talking about very old firms reinventing themselves. But other than that, he is talking about new organizational forms coming up in everything. You got it? Right? Authorities, British tax authorities, बहुत पुराने हैं वो. They use a fraud detection system. है ना? तो ये this is old, but they have come up with something new. यहाँ बोला है ब्रिटिश लाइब्रेरी का है, उनके पास बुक्स हैं. The US tax authorities, they reinvented themselves. And then they got so many people who filed returns. Right? Architectural firm, they used something like this. Accenture ने ये किया, इसने ये किया. So new organizational forms, not organizations as such, not companies as such. Organizational forms. That is like, even if those companies are old, they are reinventing themselves, they are coming up with something different. That is what he's saying here. So this is good. I hope it's clear. Everybody. Organizational forms, no, definitely not. He's not talking about firms there, Rishabh. Forms. Forms means even old organizations are coming up with some different things to make their objectives easier. Got it? Okay. Chalo, next, Sahil. Let's move on. Meaningful conclusion. हाँ ऋषिराज, बीच में से ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं आप. एक्स्ट्रा पैसे नहीं लगेंगे आपको. I think this is an easy one. Okay, you guys are getting 5. Good. Henna, let me quickly explain. As a generation, we are rethinking what we are to others. This is the main idea. Conclusion has to be connected with the overall picture, the main idea. Our technological prowess has become a wireless lifeline for others. We are moving towards technology. Some of us apply ourselves to innovation, so this technological prowess is being explained here. ठीक है? Hackathons, okay, सब थोड़ा सा skim कर सकते हैं. Our families look to us to know how to use technology both to waste time and to make meaning. Right? Maybe we can sit together and play some online games in order to make meaning. Or maybe we can just sit and scroll and check reels to waste time. Some of us set up FaceTime for those denied face-to-face time. People who are living far away. They connect via FaceTime. We show them it will be okay. That digital relationships are real relationships, and that is how the world operates today. Though, in fact, we are not always sure. So connect this line with this. Okay. He says, as a generation, we are rethinking what we are to others. We try to portray that we are sure, but in fact, we are not always sure. अब एलिमिनेशन अगर करेंगे तो भी आसानी से आ जाएगा. Change is the only constant in life, so people must embrace technology. The author is not saying in that tone that technology, they must embrace technology. Extreme, out. Technological advancement helps society derive meaning from work. The author has a slightly negative tone towards the technological drama that's happened. He says, we show them it will be okay, though we are not always sure. Then he says, yeah, waste time, yeah, whatever. So help society derive meaning from work? Not exactly. The pandemic has increased societal dependence on technology. Pandemic पहले तो यहाँ mentioned है नहीं. Societal dependence on technology दिख रहा है, ठीक है, but because of this we can eliminate it. Technology is destroying. Now this becomes extreme. ऐसा भी नहीं बोला है paragraph में. So this is the best one. Technology usage has changed social relations, right, for this generation, and we are not sure about them. Correct? चलिए next question 4. Punctuation. ये भी आ सकता है. Be careful. Aditi. Look for the difference, okay, between the sentences. The first one that I can see is this. Mm-hmm. 2, 5. Mm-hmm. I have my doubts, guys. I mean, Italy is the name of a country. Why would you say there? Mm-hmm. Another doubt. There are 3, right? So why won't you put and over here? If you guys are going with 5, why not and? Even if you're using semicolon before the last one, why not and? Mm-hmm. Okay. इसमें तो सब confused है. I'll tell you how. Okay. First thing, Italy, France, Poland, तीनों check कर लो. तीनों countries. Italy, it's out, out. शुक्र करो यहाँ पे IT apostrophe S नहीं दिया. वो एक और लोचा दे सकता है. Difference between ITS and IT apostrophe S. So watch out for that. So ये तीनों. For its composers and musicians, okay. It's. तीनों का check कर लो. It's. Okay. तीनों में it's सब है. Correct. So now what's the difference? Comma. Full stop. Full stop wala is weird. Italy is famous for its composers and musicians. How can you start with France? You have to say, France is famous for its chefs and philosophers. Poland is famous for its mathematicians and logicians. 4 is out. Yeah. So, between 2 and 3. दोनों में कॉमा है. But, difference अगर आप देखो, इसमें and कहाँ है? That is why 2 is the answer. Italy is famous for this, comma. France for its chefs and philosophers, comma. Then and Poland, comma, for its mathematicians and logicians. Right? So 3 जब बात कर रहे हो आप तो and क्यों नहीं होगा? और ये क्यों eliminate हुआ? I told you, there. Difference between IT and IT apostrophe S, this is it, is. ये वाला होता है उसका. Right? There is used for plural. India is known for their cultural heritage. Oh no. Indians are known for their cultural heritage. India is known for its cultural heritage. Got it? ठीक है? ऋषिराज, आकाश, सबको समझ आ गया ना? आगे बढ़ूं मैं? Okay, Umang. Chalo. Come on, weakens the conclusion. पेरिस मैंने 5 में इट्स वाला बताया ना? हाँ, सेमीकोलन वो करके हो सकता था. करेक्ट. चलो अभी ये वाला करो आप. एड्स के लिए मैं बोलती हूँ ऑफिस को, इफ समथिंग कैन बी डन गाइज. आई अंडरस्टैंड इट कैन बी प्रिटी अनोइंग. लेट मी ड्रॉप अ मैसेज. चलिए बताइए. आयुष. अच्छा 1 आ रहा है आप लोगों का आंसर? सीरियसली? ऐसा कैसे, इतना आसान? You know, after this question, I'll take you back to that punctuation wala because I saw many people sending the doubts. Okay, पहले ये discuss कर लेते हैं. Okay, Umang and Akash and Atufa. Yes, it is 1. Why? When facing various challenges, पूछा क्या है इसने? Weaken करना है. Please focus, guys. Please. When facing various challenges, people in today's digital world heavily rely on private online information seeking behavior. Okay? Individuals who experience depression will often attempt to understand their problem and seek remedy by searching the internet for depression related information and treatment. Very normal. Okay, so connect with the first line. When facing various challenges, rely heavily on private online information. ठीक है? And that behavior. फिर वो example दिया depression का. A recent report says that there exists evidence of many searches comprising the word depression during and just after the elections in country. Why? So the conclusion is here. It can be concluded that the election is experienced by many people in country Y as a psychologically turbulent event and as such as being potentially depressionogenic. So he concludes that depression is a trauma time. Okay? Why? Because online देखा गया है कि depression के लिए evidence is there of many searches comprising the word depression during and just after the elections. People generally have this tendency of looking up these words and their solutions if they are facing these challenges. So लोगों की tendency, right? And then he gives example of depression. And then he connects the depression with elections. And he concludes that elections are depressionogenic. Right? We have to say no. It's not that elections are depressing. Okay? I mean, you are concluding that elections are depressing and people look for that word and jo kuch bhi. So elections are, the conclusion complete in its complete form is elections are depressing because people look up that particular word and the medication for that. We have to say no. It is not because of that that searches are happening for the word depression and people are looking for this. It may be because of some other reason. So you can look for an option that gives you some other reason. Correct? Is it clear so far, Gargi and everybody? I'll repeat, the conclusion is elections are depressing or they are like traumatizing events because people look up that word and medicine related to that. Clear? We have to weaken and say no. People look up the word and medicines related to it for some other reason, not because of election. You can look for something with a reason. Or you can say, no, it's not like that. It's like, पूरे साल तो वो दवाई बिकती है. Why are you saying that the demand for this depression related medicines spikes in a particular period? वो डिप्रेशन वाली दवाई पूरा साल बिकती है, irrespective of election or whatever. Correct, Gargi, Akash? I'll show you the elimination for other options, but पहले ये समझ लो why A. So per day sale of antidepressant drugs is constant across the years in country Y. Now listen to me here. Everybody please focus. यही सब सीखना है आपने. Critical reasoning में काम आएगा ये. Had option A said the average sale of medicine, depression medicine, the average sale of antidepressant drugs throughout the year is constant, or like the average sale is like something that was there last year. So you should not talk about average sales, because average sales means in 3 months it could be very high and in 3 months it could be very low. You get it? Jan, Feb, March very low, October, November, December very high. So if he says average is like this, that will not weaken your claim. वो हो सकता है कि हाँ 3 महीने में कम है, 3 महीने में फिर भी इलेक्शन से रिलेटेड ज्यादा है. So had this option said average something, it would not have weakened it properly. Got it, Paris and Arithro? But since it says per day sale of antidepressant drugs, per day sale, daily 1000 tablets बिकती हैं, daily 5000 tablets बिकती हैं, daily. तो वो आप इलेक्शन से कहां कनेक्ट कर रहे हो? वो तो कांस्टेंट है अक्रॉस द इयर्स इन कंट्री वाई. करेक्ट? यू गेट इट? है ना? सो दिस इज गुड. Many people do not use the internet in country X. What happens in country X is not connected with country Y. This is out of scope. So eliminate it. Correct? Nishchal, Preeti? Election is a festival in some countries. People happily choose their leader by casting votes. Okay, this weakens it. But this says festival in some countries. Okay, maybe it's a festival in some countries, but in country X, it can still be a traumatizing event. Do you get my point, Akash? So 3 looks good, but 3 does not weaken country X ka situation. Right? So we eliminate this. Okay, Asad? Now, option 4, Gargi asked me, why not option 4? ठीक है? Option 4 क्या कह रहा है? ये ना मेरे हुडी के जो 2 strings होते हैं ना, एक ज्यादा लंबा हो गया, एक कम है. So this ज्यादा लंबा वाला is annoying me constantly. कैसी चीजों से हम irk हो जाते हैं ना कभी-कभी. Okay, stupid चीजों से. Anyway. Come back to this, don't get distracted. So depression related advertisements are on the rise during and just after the election in country Y. ठीक है, country Y की बात कर रहे हैं. Gargi, this is for you. Okay. Depression related advertisements are on the rise during and just after the election. So advertisements होते हैं, advertisements देख करके people buy the medicines. Okay, so how does this weaken your claim? Claim बोल रहा है election के time में ये दवाइयां ली जाती हैं, तो ये थोड़े ना आपको बोल रहा है कि नहीं नहीं election के time में नहीं होता, ये पूरे time होता है या कभी और भी होता है. This is not even giving you another reason. Another reason कैसा होता? It's not because of elections. It's because of maybe the severe crisis or something, the earthquake that generally recurs around this time, कुछ ऐसा. Okay, or maybe gangs of वासेपुर के डाकू आ जाते हैं, कुछ ऐसा type. Right? या maybe exams का महीना है, CAT ZAT सब आ जाता है एक महीने में, तो people generally depress होते हैं इस महीने में. It has nothing to do with elections. Right? So depression related advertisements are on the rise during and just after the election in country. Why? This can actually support and say हाँ हाँ उसी वजह से तो वो होता है, or this can just say ठीक है election advertisements होते हैं but it's not giving you another reason. Right? We need another reason to weaken it, or we can say it is constant. So 4 does not exactly weaken it. A survey in country Y shows that an election can cause a significant increase in the average level of depression. So, shows that an election can cause a significant increase in the average level of depression. This तो is given there in the paragraph. Option 5 जो है. Survey बता रहा है election can cause significant increase in the average level of depression. वो तो conclusion वही तो है. Election is traumatizing. We have to come up with some reason and weaken it. Election can cause, this is strengthening it. This is out. Is it clear, everybody? Sanskriti and Aditi and Chavi. Chavi, so you are saying that this one says, option 4 says that this is happening because of the ad. Ye keh rahi ho aap, right? Depression related advertisements are on the rise during and just after the election in country. Why? Chavi? Where are you? हाँ, depressionogenic. Nice word है ना? Where is Chavi? रुक जाओ guys. Hang in there. Yes, Chavi. So, you are saying that it's happening because of the advertisements. But Chavi, depression related advertisements are on the rise during and just after the election in country. Why? So it happens even after the election. ये point भी तो देखो ना. You see my point? During and just after the election. So if you are left with 1 and 4, my question is why not 1? How is 4 better than 1? ये मुझे बताओ. बोलो. Chavi, why are you not happy with 1? I'm giving you the elimination for 4. I'm telling you depression related advertisements are on the rise during and just after the election. तो after भी होता है वो, ठीक है? तो election वो advertisements तो चलते रहते हैं. Because of that, maybe okay, people start looking for drugs and people start kind of checking depression online या जो भी, ठीक है? तो even after it's happening. और ये जो है option 1, this is talking specifically about the drugs and it shows you per day sale and it shows it's constant across the years. पूरे साल इस साल भी across the years this year. अच्छा एक और चीज छवि, इसको इस तरह से समझो. Election doesn't happen every year or twice or thrice a year, right? So this says per day sale is constant across the years. So even in those years when there is no election, this is constant. So don't you think this weakens it like in a bigger way? ठीक है? अच्छा, Paris, going back to that punctuation wala thing, what was your point? You were asking me, I think, कि इसमें अगर यहाँ पे its होता, ठीक है, ITS, France for its, chefs and philosophers, and Poland for its. तो यस, सेमीकोलन के साथ भी करेक्ट हो सकता था. गॉट इट? ठीक है. एनीबडी एल्स विद अ डाउट इन दिस क्वेश्चन? Paris, you got it. Anybody else with this? This is clear सबको? Got it, Shibi? Preeti? All clear. चलो, we'll move forward now. ऋषिराज, ये वाला हो गया. So if I were left with two options, इसमें कौन से बचने चाहिए थे मेरे? 1, ठीक है, 4, ये तो definitely not because this strengthens it. Festival in some countries, इसका नहीं, country X का नहीं है. This is country Y का नहीं है. This is talking about X. So it would have been between 1 and 4. Right? Okay, chalo, next. Complete. So there is a last sentence missing. XAT can give you first sentence missing or last sentence missing. बोलो guys. Five. Complete. Okay. E. सबको आंसर वही आ रहा है. Okay, good. Why? In the future, hydrogen may form a significant part of our energy systems. Today, it is mostly used in oil refineries and fertilizer, but in the future, hydrogen could power this. Positive about hydrogen. A recent McKinsey study suggested that in less than 25 years, hydrogen could account for 18% of global energy consumption and reduce emissions from current levels by some 6 gigatons. Positive. Right? So, how will we eliminate in this case? Germany unsuccessfully experimented with trains fueled by hydrogen. Negative. Eliminated. Earlier, experts thought that hydrogen fuel would be too expensive. After talking here about reducing carbon dioxide emissions and something, why are you suddenly talking about expensive? Okay. Earlier they thought, what did they think earlier? That can go to another paragraph. Right? Hydrogen can be made through reformation, electrolysis, technical. How it is made? Totally another paragraph. Eliminated. Despite the potential, 90% of the general population knew nothing about the hydrogen technology. This can be there as the last sentence. Okay, despite the potential. This is the potential, fine. 90% of the general population knew nothing about hydrogen technology. This para is not talking about technology. So now between 4 and 5, how do we eliminate? We think of it this way. भाई एक यहाँ रहेगा, another one can go to the next para or maybe another para. The impact of such a change would be huge, potentially generating this in revenue globally, creating more than this. So this is talking about various benefits that would happen because of this potential of hydrogen. So this is a nice conclusive sentence. Instead of going to this, despite the potential, they knew nothing about the technology. Here we haven't discussed the technology as such. Technology is in this. You get it? 5 is good as the ending line. Correct? Chaliye. Next. We are talking about inference here. Come on, Ashika. ये देखो, आकाश साहा मुझे राज की बात बता रहा है, कह रहा मैंने ये पहले किया है। कोई नहीं किया है, फिर भी मेरा एक्सप्लेनेशन सुन ले, एलिमिनेशन सुन ले। बोलो आर्यन। Try to eliminate, guys. That's the best way. What does he say here, Preeti? The fundamental laws that govern the smallest constituents of matter and energy. Atom, right? Iske laws, when applied to the universe over long enough cosmic time scales, can explain everything that will ever emerge. खत्म, बात यहीं पता चल जा रही है. The laws that govern atoms can be applied to the universe over a long-term period to explain everything. Right? So, same laws, fundamental laws operating in the universe in an atom, that's the smallest constituent, this is the same. Right? Then, this means that the formation of literally everything, okay, formation of everything in our universe, from atomic nuclei to atoms to simple molecules to this, can all be understood as something that emerges directly from the fundamental laws underpinning reality with no additional. So same thing, laws. How do we eliminate? Everything in the universe fundamentally occurs randomly. Where is the random wala part? All phenomena in the universe fundamentally occur spontaneously, without any any plan or anything. From this, okay, intelligence can be understood emerges directly. ये तो बात कर रहा है emerging from some laws, directly from some laws. But where's the talk about spontaneity or randomness? This is out, right? All phenomena in the universe are fundamentally dependent on long cosmic timescales, right? Fundamentally dependent on long cosmic. I'll keep this. And the last one, fundamental laws undergo a change from atom to the universe. Do they undergo a change? No, they stay the same. So for me, it's between 3 and 4. Now, what's the difference? He says here all phenomena in the universe are fundamentally dependent on long cosmic timescales. All phenomena. Even if you go with the extreme thing, here he says everything, it can explain everything, but it doesn't mean all phenomena are dependent on cosmic timescales. He says it if it is applied over long enough cosmic timescales. Right? So yes, the best one was 3. क्या हो गया निश्चय को, क्या प्रॉब्लम हुई है? निश्चय, लेट मी रीड योर डाउट यार, क्या हुआ? XAT फॉर्म फिल करने के बाद XIM BXIM में अप्लाई करना होता है. 27 में आपको XAT देना है, तो आप इतने परेशान हो अभी क्यों निश्चय? Vamsi, why not 4? this is what we discussed. देखो वामसी, I'll tell you this way. यहाँ देखो, the fundamental laws when applied over this, right? This means that the formation from this can all be understood that emerge directly. पर ये कहाँ कह रहा है that the formation of everything happens over long cosmic time scales? ये कह रहा है all phenomena are fundamentally dependent on long cosmic time scales. No, here he says if we pick atoms का laws and apply those over long periods, then universe के laws भी वही होंगे जो atom के law हैं. That doesn't mean every single thing in the universe goes through long cosmic time scales. ठीक है? ठीक है, चलो नेक्स्ट आ गया ग्रामर. नहीं, दिस इज पीते, सॉरी. निश्चय जब फॉर्म्स भरने का टाइम आएगा ना, तब करेंगे ये डिस्कशन. तब क्या रूल होगा, कैसा क्या होगा, ये तो हमें नहीं पता ना अभी. यू स्टिल हैव अ ईयर टू गो. What was a progressive awakening? Two. Okay, good. Go back. So this says, आपका, I'd have to say it was a progressive awakening. Before this, something happened slowly, right? This is what it is. Gradually, transforming event looming in this. Progressive awakening. Something happened slowly and it kind of kept evolving, kept growing, transforming. So 3 and 4 is a good pair. I can start with, at least put it here, this side on the left. Singularity, 3 and 4. Just as a black hole in space dramatically, increasingly transforming, this is the implication of that. I put 5 somewhere here. Singularity, word. Correct? So this is the implication thing, how it is affecting us. I put it here. Cool? Where does 2 go? 2 में कहता है, in the almost of the continual upheaval that I have witnessed at many levels. I would not be sure where to put 2. TBH. 1 clear है. यार 1, 3, 4, 5 के बेसिस पे आंसर तो निकाल ले सकते हैं ना. मुझे ये नहीं समझ आ रहा है कि 2 एंड में क्यों लगेगा. ओके, एज अ कंक्लूजन ठीक है, बट देन जरूरी भी नहीं है कि एज अ कंक्लूजन डालो आप. सो 1, 3, 4, 5 इज गुड एनफ. ऑप्शंस होते हैं इसमें, मिल जाएगा आराम से. 1, 3, 4, 5, 1, 3, 4, 5. तो इट कैन बी दिस और दिस, राइट? ये आउट. नाउ बिटवीन दिस एंड दिस द प्लेसमेंट ऑफ 2 एंड यहाँ पे सेकंड में तो डेफिनेटली नॉट. I'm not aware when I first became aware of the singularity. I have immersed, related, sought to understand the Guys, is it fine now? Preeti? Yeah? Actually, somebody from the back office team switched off the ads wala. They messaged me, तो उसी की वजह से शायद वो lag हुआ होगा जो भी. Right? Okay, चलो. Let's resume. कोई ना, ये सब होता है. ठीक है? All right, and I'm truly sorry you had to go through that. हाँ. So we were discussing this. ये हमारा जो ये हुआ था ना. हाँ. I was just showing you this. देखो, please get this. ये implication वाला जो है ना, increasingly transforming every institution and aspect. So I can put 5 here because this is implication. And maybe this is connecting with this. ये जो है ना, continual upheaval that I have witnessed at many levels. So since there is a transformation going on in every institution and aspect and whatever, उसको इन लोगों ने 2 से connect किया है. However, we got 1 and then 3 इधर आ गया था. 3, 5 was nice. Become aware of this. ठीक है? 1, 3, 5, 4 here. ठीक है? Is it clear everyone? आगे बढ़े? क्या हुआ? कौन डिप्रेस्ड है तुम लोगों में? क्या चिट चैट चल रही है? ऑलराइट शोएब, चलो फिल इन द ब्लैंक्स, थोड़ा हल्का. हाँ, एक मिनट. प्रीति हैज अ डाउट. हाउ वी मेक 1, 3 as a pair? I'm not sure when I first became aware of the singularity. Okay. When did I become aware of the singularity? Okay. Then he explains it. This is not an example or anything. अरे मुझे पता नहीं मुझे when I became aware of the singularity. पता है क्या? धीरे धीरे मुझे समझ में आना शुरू हुआ. There is a transforming event looming in the first half of the 21st century and he is referring to singularity. So this is explaining how he became aware of singularity. तो वो gradually हुआ उसके life में. Okay? And then he says it was progressive awakening. तब तक मुझे नहीं पता था ये. Then I became aware of it. So 1, 3, 4 actually तीनों एक साथ अच्छे जा रहे हैं. Fine. फिर वो उसका implication यहाँ आया 5 में. Because of that, what is happening? And then because of this, institution aspect of human life सब transform हो रहा है. So upheavals, maybe he's connecting it with 2. ठीक है प्रीति? Okay, चलो next. Fill in the blanks. Easy words. Elimination मस्त है यहाँ. Hmm. 3, 5, 1. Aha. 4 भी आ गया. Kasturi is saying 4. Wow. What do you say? Surbi, 3. Ritu, 3. Okay. सबसे easy blank कौन सा है इसमें? Oil painting did to appearance what capital did to something. Social what? Social justice, social setup, social relations, social reality, social construction. मुझे पता नहीं क्यों सेटअप बहुत हल्का सा लग रहा है. सेटअप क्या है? सोशल सेटअप क्या है ना? It reduced everything to the dash of objects. To the level of objects. Reduced everything to the equality of objects तो कुछ होता नहीं है जहां तक मुझे मालूम है अंग्रेजी में. It reduced everything to the equality of objects. टू द माइन्यूटनेस ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट्स. ऑब्जेक्ट्स का माइन्यूटनेस से क्या कनेक्शन है? आई एम जस्ट थिंकिंग अलाउड. ओके, इक्वालिटी ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट्स कैसे होता है? measured by its materiality. Okay. You get it? So then go to the next blank. Everything became dash. Became what? Everything became expensive because it became a commodity. So commodity बन गया तो expensive क्यों जरूरी है? ये मजा नहीं आया मुझे. Everything became useless because everything became a commodity. So commodities क्या useless होते हैं? I don't think so. Right? Then what happens? Kshitij Pandey, I cannot suggest any other material. ये मैं शायद 75,000 बार बोल चुकी हूँ क्लास में मेरे. For that, the best material is PYQs. क्यों आपको इतना डामाडोल यहाँ वहां ये भी करूंगा वो भी करूंगा वो भी करूंगा? कुछ नहीं होने वाला है उससे. ठीक है? हाँ. So do commodities become useless? Not sure. Expensive का क्या कनेक्शन है ना? So saleable, exchangeable, commercial, इन्हीं types 3 में हो सकता है. So this blank is giving me like this elimination, expensive and useless. You got it? Commodity है, so it can be exchangeable, right? So let's check now. Yes, it is C. तो ये equality of, it reduced everything to the equality of objects. I don't like this at all. Okay, and I would have easily eliminated it. But here, because commodity है, तो it has to be exchangeable or saleable or commercial. बस इस वजह से ये 3 बचे मेरे. Then I reassessed. Okay, last वाला कह रहा है all reality was mechanically dashed by its materiality. All reality was mechanically what? Assessed, evaluated, measured. Located नहीं है बिल्कुल भी. Right? It's either measured or evaluated. So I think this one was easiest, then this, and then the other two. You get it, guys? I told you I did not like this second wala, equality of objects. It reduced everything to the level of objects. Janvi, why not 5? Oil painting did to appearance what capital did to social construction. It reduced everything to the minuteness of objects. यार minuteness से क्या connection है objects का, ये बताओ. Commercial तो चलो फिर भी everything became commercial because everything became a commodity. Okay? Umang that happens with reading और कोई तरीका इसका नहीं है. Okay? So became a commodity. All reality was mechanically evaluated by its materiality. So इसमें social construction या social relations या social reality. Now if I have to, Umang, this is for you. Okay? Again, I'm going to read this. Oil painting did to appearance what capital did to social what? So appearance को उसने क्या किया? उसने चिकना चुपड़ा किया, उसने फसाड एक दिया, oil painting. Even if it was a bad theme, oil painting glorified it. And then it got its materialistic value. Okay, it enhanced the value of the painting as a commodity. Okay, so what capital did to social what? Social justice, because पूरे पैरा में justice की कोई बात नहीं है, commodity, materiality. So Umang, when I read the entire sentence, I understand that because it's commodity, I can still come up with this and this. Understood, identified, measured, located. इसको eliminate कर दो, 4 बचते हैं. ठीक है जानवी? 4 रखो. Then you go to this because commodity has so something materialistic or saleable or something exchangeable. So useless out, ye out. Left with these 3. Okay. Then it reduced everything to the level of objects. बोलना उसको वो है, level of objects. सब कुछ को उसने commodify कर दिया जानवी. This is for you. आपने अभी पूछा था. तो level of objects में जानवी randomness, minuteness नहीं जा रहा है. Level of objects equality के साथ ही जाता है. Do you see my point now, Janvi? No, no, no. Minuteness, not as minute details. No. आप जो कह रही हैं कि it reduced everything to the minuteness of objects. Object अगर आप लेती हैं कोई जानवी, any object, what has that got to do with minuteness? Object means material. Object means saleable. Object means commodity. Object means क्या कहते हैं उसको? Exchangeable. You getting it? ठीक है? So ये दोनों आसानी से मिला, उमंग एंड जानवी, एंड देन बिकॉज मेरे मुंह से ये निकल रहा है, इट reduced everything to the level of objects. इन तीनों में इक्वालिटी, रैंडमनेस एंड माइन्यूटनेस, इसमें एक ही जा रहा है उमंग, लेवल. So what I'm trying to say is it's not necessary that you have to do it this way. You can go this way, last wala blank, ye wala blank, and that you can do only by reading umang. All right, done with this. Chalo, next. Must be true. When I was solving this question, Preeti, I made a chart. I do that sometimes, in order to keep things clear for myself. You all know very well that I cannot solve tests without my rough sheet. The leave policy is bound to be unpopular either with the management or among workers. Umang, Janvi, Preeti. Leave policy, either with management or with workers. Right? है ना? If the leave policy is unpopular with the management, it should be modified. Please modify कर लो, because management वाले लोग खुश नहीं हैं. We should adopt a new policy if it is unpopular with workers. So if it is unpopular with workers, new one. ये है मेरा chart. Must also be true. Right? So what's your answer? Yes, Shoaib. Suraj, Muskan. You all are going with 5. Good. Let's eliminate now with the help of this chart. We should attempt to popularize the leave policy among either the management or workers. Who said that you have to popularize? किसी न किसी को पसंद आना चाहिए. ये तो बोल रहा है कि it is bound to be unpopular. The paragraph is about its unpopularity. Why will you say it must also be true? Inference कहां से निकल रहा है for popularity? है ना? ये सिर्फ बता रहा है हमको unpopular किसी ना किसी के पास तो होगा. Either the management won't like it or the workers won't like it. इनको नहीं पसंद आया तो ये कर देना, इनको नहीं पसंद आया तो ये कर देना. आप कहां से लाके कह रहे हो वी शुड अटेम्प्ट टू पॉपुलराइज इट? किसी ना किसी को तो पॉपुलराइज उन लोगों को पसंद करवाना पड़ेगा, वरना तो हमारी बैंड बज जाएगी. वी डोंट नो, द HR hasn't told us any such thing. We should modify the leave policy only if this will not reduce its popularity among workers. ये देख के भी आप eliminate कर सकते हो. We should modify the leave policy if modification will not reduce its popularity with the management. Oh, we should modify it if modification will not reduce. No, we should modify it if it is unpopular with the management. You get it? So this is word play. More tod. If the leave policy is popular among workers, then we should adopt a new policy. No, if the leave policy is unpopular among workers, we should adopt a new policy. Out. Very simple elimination. If the leave policy is popular with the management, भाई एक ना एक के पास unpopular होगा. You get it? how 5 is being deduced from there? Everybody, I hope it's clear. किसी ना किसी के पास unpopular होगा ये. So ये कह रहा है if it is popular with the management. तो going with the first sentence, then workers के साथ unpopular है, right? बोला है if it is popular with the management, तो workers के पास unpopular है. अगर उनका unpopular है, we need to adopt a new policy. आशिका, is there any dispute related to question 5? I think this was an easy question. Elimination सही हुआ इसमें, है ना? 5 मतलब 5th वाला जो है, that is, yeah, that connects with the first line also. Clear? Shweta, 4 and 5 are same. No, 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 no. I'll clear all the doodling, Shweta. If the leave policy is popular among workers, कह रहा है ये management कह रहा है. Atufa, did you get it? Preeti got it. Muskan, confused with the language, okay. Yes, Milan, either, ये बोला है ना, either. एक ना एक को तो होगा unpopular. तो जब अगर आप ये कह रहे हो कि अगर ये popular इनके साथ है, तो workers के साथ तो unpopular है. Workers के साथ unpopular है, तो you'll have to adopt a new one. Right? This is the situation and it connects with the para. Shubhi, clear? Chalo. So the answer is 5. हाँ Paris, 4 is among, और उसमें भी क्या कह रहा है? देखो 4 पता है कब सही होता? I'll give you this point. If the leave policy is popular among workers, then we should modify it. Do you see my point? Preeti, Mohit. Then 4 would have been correct. क्योंकि अगर workers के साथ popular है, यानी management के साथ unpopular है, मैनेजमेंट को अगर अनपॉपुलर है तो अडॉप्ट उसको मॉडिफाई करो. यस शोएब, मोहित, as per the chart, what is the outcome under the path for more popular with workers? If it is popular with workers, it is unpopular with the management, है ना? So if it is popular with workers, unpopular with management, so you have to modify it. Right, Arithro? Arithro, is it clear? Rahil Jameel, clear? Mohit? Yes, this was a very nice question and very logic based. Arithro, confirm karo so I can move on. Aryan? Gargi, okay. Arithro, तुझे confirm clear हो गया है ये? Animesh, good to see you there. Right? यहाँ पे yes Sandeep. No, Arithro, no. अच्छा, unpopular with workers. हाँ, got it. You got it now. Correct. Workers, management, इनके साथ unpopular है, तो please adopt a new one. इनके साथ unpopular है, तो please edit it, modify it. So same thing is happening here, Arithro. If it is popular with the management, means it is unpopular with the workers. ये बोला है either, है ना? So since it is unpopular with the workers, go with a new one. Correct? Okay, chalo, great. Let's move on. So we'll label this the star question of the session. है ना? बहुत प्यारा था. Next. हाँ, ये क्या है? PJ है अपना. Only 4 sentences. Nice. This will help you. चलो मेरे प्यारे बच्चों. कोई बात नहीं, पीछे हो तो भी चलेगा ऋषभ. just cover those sessions. I'm telling you, PYQ से बेहतर कोई मटेरियल आपको जैट के लिए नहीं मिलेगा, और फॉलो भी मत करना. क्षितिज पांडे 2, you got it. Aryan, you got 2. Preeti 3. Only one date, the year 1953. कैसे होगा अब? In that year. So ये देख के तो ये लग रहा है ना क्षितिज, 2 and 3 is a good pair. 2, 3 यहाँ है, यहाँ है, यहाँ है. अच्छा 3 बच रहे हैं हमारे. Right. So you guys are going with 2. Very good. Ritu. नहीं, Riti Foz. Okay. 2. 2 and 3 तो मिल गया हमको. You all agree? So what does it say now? Our knowledge about life developed over the centuries thanks to the many philosophers and those who examine complex matters, blah, 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 blue. Right? ये दिख रहा है क्षितिज पांडे? This long history, he gives the history here. Yutika and Ruchi and Preeti and Vrinda and Akash. This history, so I love this question because this has Q words. C-U-E, Q words. What are the Q words here? This, okay. And wish to quote here only one date, okay, in that year. ये भी है, right? मजेदार है ये. This long history 1 में है. So 1 and 2 is such a good pair. हाँ parents, definitely ZAT PJs are solvable. Shashank, yes, 1 and 2 such a good pair है ना. 2 and 3 nice pair. In that year हो गया. अब 4 कहाँ जाएगा? Mixture of 5 gases, something something complex molecules by technical है ये. कहाँ डालोगे इसको? Experiment about this, foundations, chemist. Let's explain the experiment. So 4 comes in the end. Right, Vrinda? चलो done. So 2 is your good answer. ये भी बहुत अच्छा question था. मजे आ गए. Next. अच्छा, ये सिर्फ 2 options वाला grammar. This point is there in grammar 150. This too. Bolo guys. Shoaib, 1 and 5. Yashi is going with this, 4 and 5. Riti Fauzdar, what's your answer? 3, 1 and 5. Okay, most of you got it. Well done. Let me just explain the sentences and the problems. The boss accused her employee of, blamed her for, right? Charged her with, correct? Accused of. He is good at playing the piano. अगर होता he knows, K-N-O-W-S, he knows to play the piano? No, he knows how to play the piano. Another grammar point, piano, कोई भी musical instrument. If you are talking about playing a musical instrument, you will put the before it. Like you can say, I'm going to the market to buy a piano. The piano that Preeti bought is green in color. Okay, ये तो a और the specific and non-specific की वजह से हो रहा है. Okay, the piano that I want to buy should be big. But whenever you talk about playing a musical instrument, the has to be there. ठीक है? So good at, in नहीं होता है, good at होता है. And if you're talking about playing, so the इसको check कर लेना, right? And in case it's he knows how to, तो how आना चाहिए. The government is committed to. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I look forward to meeting you in my next class. I look forward to doing this for you. उसी तरह committed to एक ऐसा है जिसके बाद आपको ing form देना पड़ेगा. I am committed to my work. ing की जरूरत नहीं है, working नहीं बोलना है. I am committed to my work. My work is a noun. I am committed to what? My students. Noun. I am committed to my company. Noun. Right? I'm committed to doing this. I'm committed to making good content. I'm committed to giving good classes. I'm committed to creating this for you, this learning ecosystem. Got it? So this is committed to, ये this is correct. ध्यान देना with the food is not needed because you're talking about general food, normal food. Food is good for health, food is needed for energy, right? The India of 22 is very different from the India of 1947. दोनों जगह the होना चाहिए because you're comparing two things. The Shakespeare of this era is very different from the Shakespeare of that era. The press of this generation is very different from the press from 50 years back. Okay, so this is correct. Do you remember, guys? Ye had better wala. This was there in one more question of XAT. In one of the earlier sessions, we did it. So I keep saying the grammar points keep getting repeated. Please, isko dhyan dena. The boss had better discuss. Warning. Paris, you had better discuss it with your sister. एक होता है Paris had discussed it with his sister long ago. I had given you the notes. Where did you throw the notes? वो तो V3 हो गया, past tense. The doctor reached, by the time the doctor reached, the patient had died. V3 लगेगा. But here it's a warning. Warning के साथ it becomes had better. So had better is a form of warning. And then we always put V1 with it. Preeti had better leave now. मतलब प्रीति चली जाओ. You had better leave now. ऐसा नहीं क्लास से मत जाना. ऐसे ही बोल रही हूँ, एग्जाम्पल दे रही हूँ. ठीक है? अरित्रो had better get married now. Again मजाक था अरित्रो. Got it? So this is clear. The boss accused her employee of stealing information. Got it? Shweta, I just finished explaining sentence 2. I hope this is clear. And we had come across this in an earlier question, I think 2 or 3 days back. Please, previous questions kar lo. ठीक है? चलो, next. Now, we are here at an RC. एक तो करना बनता है. ठीक है? चलिए, इसको देखिए अब आप. कितना लंबा है? Only 3 paragraphs. Please, read करो. बहुत प्यारा पैसेज है ये. Are we done reading? Aritro should invite us all to his wedding. If he doesn't clear CAT or XAT, who's going to marry him, Paris? Done? Okay. Next. Capitalism आ गया. Private property and all. ये हमेशा पढ़ते हैं. Done? Good. Paris और अरित्रो चुप हो जाओ. चलो, the first question. Hyper object, first para you know. And then he connects it with the global warming का पूरा वो. Application question. I'll take you back. Hyper object, okay? Very difficult to touch and feel. Much wider time-space boundaries than human beings. Okay? All right. Easy one? Very good. लग रहा था मुझे कि काफी अच्छा है. Because the meaning is given there clearly. Time and space बहुत ज्यादा ये have much wider time space boundaries than human beings. और कौन सा है इसमें? एक ही तो है ऑप्शंस में. Earth over centuries takes time to revolve around the sun. This is all like immediate. सबसे आसान तो ये eliminated, ये eliminated. Then this is slightly bigger. Seasons. Aryan? Okay, good. So this is clear to everybody. Next one. Not an example. Human centric. Odd one out भी खेलोगे तो निकल जाएगा. ये 10 सेकेंड्स का क्वेश्चन है. What do you say? असद शेख, शोएब या शमून कर आया है क्लास में. बाहरों फूल बरसाओ. एक्सेलेंट गाइज. ये देख रहे हो, एक पैसेज में से 2 क्वेश्चंस तो यूं ही निकल गए. 30 seconds and 10 seconds. So passages are not always intimidating. Maybe 1 out of 5. But otherwise, एक बार आपने ढंग से पढ़ लिया, तो it's going to be good. Right? So human centric. We should not cut trees for our reason. We should use natural resources for our reason. We should plant trees for our reason. We should preserve nature for our reason. ये respect nature for what it is. है ना? So this is your answer. Okay? Last one. I mean of this passage. इसके बाद बस एक poem करवाऊंगी and then we'll pack up. You can go back and check patterns. Shares, resort, patterns. Go back. I think it should be here. There are no constraints on individuals, and the word market has come to mean buying and selling are the primary mechanisms. Transaction. Okay? So, come on. What answer should I save for you? 2. Priya says 2. Okay. वह गजब था ये passage. Agree with me? 2 is what? ये देखो, is not in consonance, है ना? So not ये ढूंढना है. What does he say about patents? He says everybody has this, ye. The word free has come to mean that there are no constraints buying and selling. Private property gives individuals a chance to create legal rights to own more and more subject to very little constraints. ये मेरा है, ये land मेरा है, ये वो उसका है, patents, copyrights. So if he's talking here about creating legal rights, लोग create कर लेते हैं. And this leads to inequalities, he says. So definitely he doesn't want patents to be there. You agree with me? So patents should be respected? No. Trading of shares on the free stock market should be promoted. वो कह रहा है everything is buying and selling and transactions. Out. Building a beautiful resort on a hilltop. So it's either this or this. Beautiful resort on a hilltop कहाँ से निकाला आपने? बताओ मुझे. Rahil Jamil. Why doesn't he agree with that? A beautiful resort on a hilltop. Unlimited extraction from environment, hypernationalism, individualism. Yeah. Extraction and exploitation of the environment has served our economic interests. What is a resort? Private property. To earn money. Atop a hill, that's what he's saying, atop a hill, on a hilltop. Exploitation led to the growth and survival of businesses. Do you see this here? That's it. That gives the answer. है ना Rahil Jamil? So, building a beautiful resort, it does not go with the last paragraph. ठीक है? So, ये भी out. So, 1, 2 and 3. That's the answer. Correct, Preeti? Okay. ये वाला passage मत करो. आप सीधा इस पे चले जाओ. ये करके खत्म करेंगे. Read the poem, please. Yeah, economic interest. Correct, Shoaib. So I love the passage. Animesh, chalo. And then before we go over to the question, I want you to tell me what this is about. Who is this he, Paris? Shashank? Ram Prasad? कोई तो बता सकता है इसमें. He asks me to look out for you. Yes, Aryan. Past reflections growing up. Yes. Of a person. Yes. So he asks me to look out. कौन है वो he? Yes, Pretzel. The past and present versions of the author. Yes. Himself. Yes. Aritro, good. The slow person you left behind. तुम आगे बढ़ गए. You mastered the world. The slow person you left behind. Earlier you were a slow person. Scaled the heights. Right? So he's talking about your past and then अब क्या तुम कितने famous हो गए हो, कितने बड़े हो गए हो. Your big push to tomorrow. Oh yes, तुम्हारा पुराना version, I have come across him. And then he takes him back to that picture perfect village या कहीं भी coaxing his battered grocery cart. Battered grocery cart, this word. He wasn't well off then. He pushed the grocery cart down the freeway meridian. Others see in you sundry mythic types distinguished not just but by the stories. Okay, okay, ये सब skim कर दिया मैंने. टाड़ा टाड़ा टा. He doesn't see you as a story though. कहानी नहीं हो तुम. He feels you as his atmosphere. तुम्हारा सूरज चमक रहा है. He feels happy. When your barometric pressure drops, okay, and the thunderheads gather, तुम्हारा बुरा समय आता है. He huddles under the overpass and writes me long letters. कहता है please उसका ध्यान रखो. Yes, exactly. The changes Paris. Correct. So theme of the poem is going to be so easy. Eliminate Karna, please. Preeti. Shashank. मस्त क्वेश्चन है ना. ऐसे ही आ जाना चाहिए बस इस बार का सेट भी. गुड, वेरी गुड. एलिमिनेशन देखो कितना आसान है. बिटवीन ओल्ड फ्रेंड्स दो लोग हैं ही नहीं ना पोम में. तू पुराना तेरा नया. The poem is celebrating success and mourning losses. No, there is no negative tone. गलत. वो पुराने वाले को भी याद कर रहा है with fondness, but he is not mourning losses. The poem is exploring the lives of the rich and the poor. नहीं नहीं, one person. So generic नहीं है ये. The poem is analyzing a person's past, yes, and present meaninglessly. Negative tone. Negative tone eliminated. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, yes. And the last question of the day. Come on. जिसके बाद हम सब, we'll call it a night. Interprets the lines. He doesn't see you as a story. Slumdog Millionaire. Movie कितनी मस्त थी ना शशांक. And I like that person also. जो पटेल, कौन पटेल था ना, the actor. He doesn't see you as a story, he feels you as his atmosphere. Best interprets the lines. You're not a narrative of the past. गलत. You are connected to your past. तो अगर आप कह रहे हो कि you're not a narrative, गलत. You are larger than life. ये पास्ट से तो कनेक्ट हुआ ही नहीं. बाकी चारों पास्ट से कनेक्ट हो रहे हैं. आई डोंट लाइक इट. यू आर लार्जर देन लाइफ. थोड़ा एरोगेंट टोन आ गया. नो, यू आर कनेक्टेड टू द पास्ट. एंड वो पुराना वाला तुम्हारा, ही काइंड ऑफ connects with you. So larger than life, since it's not connected with the past, it's like no. You're haunted by your past. Negative. No, you're not haunted by the past. You're growing. The sun is shining for you, he says. Okay. So, यहाँ ये दोनों. Your present subsumes your past. What does it mean? Subsumes. Don't tell me सबको पता था subsume का meaning. या आप लोगों ने तुक्का मारा है. बताओ बताओ. हाँ शोएब. Fire and Ice poem. PYQs में आया था. I don't remember. देखती हूँ मैं नेक्स्ट वाले के लिए. हाँ वही तो पूछ रही हूँ मैं. लव राजपूत. Subsumes क्या है? Absorbs. तुक्का after elimination. तो why not A? You are an extension of the past. Subsumes, yes. Kind of overpowers. It is higher than your past. Yes, Aritro. Absorbs, correct. And your present is a little more like at a higher level than your past now. So it subsumes your past. This shows the connection with the past. Moreover, your past is enveloping the, your present is enveloping the past. It's overpowering it. ठीक है? Not in a negative way. So this is much better. You are an extension of the past, but ये वाली जो feeling आ रही है ना, he doesn't see you as a story. He feels you as his atmosphere. तो present जो है वो चारों तरफ है, and the past is somewhere in the center. तो past को पूरा वो subsume किया हुआ है, engulf किया हुआ है. ठीक है? So because of this atmosphere thing, this is better. I hope it's clear. Done, 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 and I rest my pen. Thank you so much, guys. Hope all the explanations are clear, eliminations are clear. पैटर्न यही रहेगा जैट का, आप देख लेना. ओके, ग्रामर में कई पॉइंट्स रिपीट होंगे, कुछ होंगे कुछ नहीं होंगे. पीजे में विथ ऑप्शंस यू कैन इजीली गेट द आंसर. कंक्लूजन वगैरह ध्यान दे देना जरा. कंक्लूजन है कि इनफरेंस है, वीकेंड है, स्ट्रेंथन है. पोम में एक क्रक्स वाला तो हर हाल में कर लेना. ऑलराइट, आरसी जो स्किप किया था अरित्रो, आई ब्रिंग दैट ना इन द नेक्स्ट सेशन, डोंट वरी. ये वाला आरसी ले आऊंगी और शोएब ने जो बोला है फायर एंड आइस वाला पोम वो लेके आ जाऊंगी. सी यू गाइस.